Strategy. In war, in business, in sports, and in life, strategy decides who wins and who loses. Few people in history understood strategy better than Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary Japanese swordsman who lived in the early 1600s. Musashi fought over 60 duels and never lost. Later in life, he wrote the Book of Five Rings to pass on his wisdom about combat, discipline, and the way of strategy. But this is not just a book for warriors. Its lessons about focus, clarity, and adaptability apply to anyone facing challenges today. Leaders, entrepreneurs, and athletes have studied Musashi's work for centuries, not to learn swordsmanship, but to learn how to approach conflict and life with the mindset of a strategist. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring the Book of Five Rings, Musashi's timeless guide to strategy. Musashi organizes his teaching into 5 books, or rings: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Each represents a different aspect of the path of strategy. The Book of Earth. The Earth book lays the foundation. Musashi explains that strategy is about seeing things as they really are. Just as a carpenter understands the blueprint of a house before building, a warrior must understand the principles of combat before fighting. He stresses the importance of discipline and basics. Without mastering the fundamentals, you cannot advance. For Musashi, this meant footwork, timing, grip, and awareness. For us, it means building strong habits, mastering our tools, and laying a firm foundation in whatever field we choose. The Earth book also teaches the importance of perspective. A true strategist sees both the details and the bigger picture, the immediate moves and the long-term plan. Success comes from balancing both views. The Book of Water. Water adapts to any container, and Musashi uses it to symbolize flexibility. In combat, no two situations are the same. Rigidity leads to defeat, while adaptability leads to victory. Musashi explains that a warrior must be calm and fluid like water, responding to circumstances naturally. Water flows around obstacles, finds the lowest path, and cannot be broken. In life, this means staying flexible when plans go wrong, adjusting to changing conditions, and never becoming stuck in one way of thinking. He also emphasizes clarity. Water reflects reality. Just as still water reveals a perfect image, a strategist must keep the mind calm and clear to see the truth without distortion. The Book of Fire. Fire represents battle itself, the heat of conflict, the chaos of combat. Musashi explains how to seize initiative, maintain intensity, and overwhelm the opponent. He teaches that timing is everything. Strike when the enemy is unprepared, retreat when necessary, and press when you have momentum. Fire spreads quickly, consuming everything in its path. In strategy, this means using speed, decisiveness, and energy to unsettle rivals. Musashi warns against hesitation. In the heat of battle, waiting too long leads to defeat. Fire teaches us to commit fully, act with courage, and move decisively when the time is right. The Book of Wind. The Wind book critiques other schools of strategy. Musashi warns against blindly following traditions, styles, or schools without questioning. He believed many martial arts schools in his time focused too much on form and appearance, losing sight of real effectiveness. The lesson here is universal. Don't become trapped by dogma. Just because everyone does it this way doesn't mean it's the best way. A strategist studies other approaches, learns from them, but is not bound by them. Innovation comes from breaking free of rigid traditions and finding what works. In modern life, this might mean questioning industry norms refusing to copy competitors, and seeking your own path. The Book of the Void. The final book, The Void, is the most philosophical. Musashi describes the void as the space beyond knowledge, the realm of pure intuition and mastery. At the highest level, strategy is not about conscious thought, but about instinct born of long training. Just as a master swordsman reacts without thinking, a master in any field moves with effortless precision. The void also represents embracing the unknown. Life is uncertain, the future unpredictable. The strategist does not fear the unknown, but accepts it, adapts to it, and uses it. Musashi's key principles. Across all 5 rings, Musashi teaches principles that go beyond swordsmanship. Here are some of the most important. Know the way broadly. Musashi argued that if you master one discipline deeply, you understand the principles that apply to all disciplines. A true strategist studies not just one path, but many, seeing connections everywhere. Control perception. Appear strong when weak, appear weak when strong. Deception and psychology are as important as skill. Timing is everything. Musashi believed success comes from sensing the exact right moment to act. Too early or too late, and the opportunity is lost. Do not rely on tricks. He criticized fighters who relied on flashy moves. Strategy is not about tricks, but about principles and fundamentals. Embrace simplicity. Musashi lived simply, trained relentlessly, and avoided luxury. He believed discipline and focus mattered more than comfort. Historical context. Musashi wrote this book in 1645, near the end of his life. Japan was experiencing peace after centuries of war, and he wanted to pass on his wisdom before he died. His work is steeped in the culture of the samurai, but its insights are universal. Generals, business leaders, and even athletes continue to apply his principles. Modern applications. In business, the Earth Book reminds us to build strong foundations, clear goals, solid processes, and disciplined teams. The Water Book teaches adaptability in fast-changing markets. The Fire Book shows the importance of decisive action, innovation, and momentum. The Wind Book warns against blindly copying competitors, urging creativity and originality. And the Void Book speaks to the highest level of mastery, where experience and instinct merge. Athletes, too, apply Musashi's ideas. Champions train the fundamentals endlessly, adapt to opponents, stay calm under pressure, and trust their instincts at critical moments. Even in personal life, these lessons apply. Build habits, stay flexible, act decisively, question norms, and embrace uncertainty. The big takeaway. The Book of 5 Rings is more than a manual on sword fighting. It is a philosophy of life and strategy. Musashi teaches us to see clearly, adapt fluidly, act decisively, think independently, and embrace the unknown. These lessons apply whether you're in business, sports, leadership, or personal challenges. The question Musashi leaves us with is this: are you approaching your battles, whatever they may be, with the discipline, clarity, and courage of a true strategist? That was the Book of 5 Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, broken down in under 15 minutes. Which of the 5 rings resonates most with you? Earth, water, fire, wind, or void? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, true mastery is not about tricks or shortcuts, but about discipline, clarity, and strategy.